Salutations everyone and welcome to another Gacha Rant video. So for today we're going to be talking about a certain anime fandom, the My Hero Academia fandom, and how much it's like toxic and terrible. So let's begin. The fandom is pretty much dead by now. I'm not really seeing any content on it, but there's still content being made from the fandom, but it's pretty much dead. But the fandom is known for very toxic things and the fans doing like really weird, cringy things. So I want to talk about that. The fandom is well known for their very toxic ships, like Deku and Bakugo. If you know who those characters are, it's basically really toxic because one in literally the first episode of that anime, Bakugo told Deku to take a swan dive off of a building, basically telling him to like end his own life, which is terrible, and people ship them, which is it's really toxic because they have a very hatred relationship to one another. For some reason, people ship Deku with anyone but Uraraka because it's the only one that's canon, which is very odd. And I've seen some very weird ships in the fandom, and not just Deku, like Deku and Todoroki, Deku, Kirishima, and Bakugo, like all together, which is very odd because it's oh my god, it's just way too much for me to handle. My Hero Academia is actually the first anime that I've watched that really got me into the anime fandoms, and it's like the very first fandom that I'm actually in. Well, anime fandom, I mean. And I like stopped being in the fandom in like season 3 is I stopped watching in like season 3 because made me realize how toxic the fandom is, so I just left. So yeah. My Hero Academia is not a bad anime. It's not like the greatest anime ever or like a really good anime. It's a decent anime. It's not bad, but it's not great either. It's a pretty standard anime, a standard story where a bunch of high school teenagers with superpowers fighting villains, the cliche stuff. The fans are also really weird on how they treat the characters. Like, okay, some of the fans are like grown adults and they ship themselves with minors, especially Bakugo. I mean, I know Bakugo is technically 18 now, or I don't know how old he is exactly, but I know he just like turned 18 or something, and people were like freaking out. But people like grown adults ship themselves with minors, which is just really, really odd. And I mean, self-inserts and shipping yourself with the characters are fine most of the time if you're of age, so it's completely okay. But like grown adults shipping themselves with those characters and sexualizing them, not okay. It's not. Oh my god, it's so not okay. They just always sexualize them like they're minors. Ever thought of that? They just like keep sexualizing them, and it's honestly just really annoying. Even if they're like, oh, technically they're like adults in this whatever this is, it's still not okay. Just because you like aged up a character doesn't mean you can sexualize them. I think it's pretty common sense, don't you think? It's really weird, especially that one Smartest. If you know, you know. Yagami Yaro. If you don't know who that is, I am so jealous of you if you don't know who that is. But if you do know who that is, you would know of their questionable content. And for some reason, they always like baby Deku, which is I don't know why. I mean, yeah, sure, he's sweet. That doesn't mean he's a cinnamon roll. Literally every single like sweet main character, they always like call them a cinnamon roll, even though they're not. I mean, they're not even that innocent because they're not. And they always like assume Deku is like this uwu boy. God, I hate saying that. but like he's not. I mean, yeah, he like cries like almost a lot of times, but that doesn't mean he's an uwu boy. They always like I don't. They always like make Deku that. Like, I mean, I've read the manga. I don't know why I even read the manga, but let me say, like, Deku is not an uwu boy. He's like far from that, you know. Okay, let's go back to the toxic ships. When you like say you ship a certain ship, like for example, a canon ship like Deku and Uraraka, the fans are gonna be so pissed at you. Like, what? Why do you ship them? Like, Deku and Bakugo are so much cuter, even though they're not. But like, the fans are very toxic. They will get pissed at anything. If you have an opinion about something that they don't agree with, they're gonna come and attack you. Which is just so weird. Like, I've experienced it before on like my old TikToks where I made like a TikTok while I shipped Deku in Uraraka, and the fans were so pissed at me that I had to delete the video. It's just so great, you know? The fans are so great. Ever heard of sarcasm? A lot of people said that the fans ruined the anime, which is sort of true, but the anime isn't the greatest anime ever. Like, it's not a great anime. I'm so sorry. Like, it's a pretty decent anime. I mean, it's kind of boring, but it's decent. I can say that. I mean, yes, the fans did kind of ruin the anime, but it didn't ruin it so much for me. Like, it's already ruined. I'm kidding. But, like, yes, they kind of ruined it, but eh, kind of, you know, kinda. And the way that they, like, portray the characters, like, their personality traits and how strong they are just so wrong. Like, I've seen this like fan fiction where like it's like quirkless Deku, and then he was like fighting Todoroki and he won, which is really weird. Like, you're quirkless and you're going up against Todoroki. How can you win that? Like, yeah, sure, Deku is smart, kinda, but that doesn't mean he can win a fight with Todoroki when he's quirkless. Okay? That doesn't make any sense. And also, like, if you're like part of the gacha community, I mean, I'm assuming you are since you're watching this video, and you've seen some of the like the reaction videos of like My Hero reacts to whatever. If you like seeing how the characters like talk or like look or act, you would like notice like, wait, that's not how the characters talk or act. It's completely far from that. The fans can't really seem to like understand how the characters actually like are. They just like make up stuff. I mean, if it's an AU, I can understand, but if it's not, and you actually like just do that, that's not how like the characters act. You know, you really need to learn how they act. Like, especially Deku. Oh my god, they just really like shove Deku into the fucking uwu bowl and just, you know, make him a cinnamon roll. He's not. And also Bakugo, they just like really make him a tsundere. If you don't know what a tsundere is, basically someone who acts like really weird. I don't know how to describe it. Tsundere basically just acts like they don't like their own crush. Like, they like say like, oh, I don't like you to their crush, you know. But Bakugo doesn't like anyone. They just portray him like this tsundere-ish type, which is like kind of odd, you know. It's odd. It's very odd. I don't know why I keep saying odd. But like also like Todoroki, I mean, most of the time he doesn't even like talk. So, I mean, I guess they kind of got that right. And they also sometimes put Uraraka and Momo as the bad guys in some like trend meme videos or just reaction videos. I don't know why. I mean, they did nothing wrong. They're really sweet. I mean, maybe because they think that since Momo is like the rich girl, they just think she's a spoiled brat, which is she's not. She's very sweet, you know. Uraraka is also very sweet. I don't know why people portray them as bad guys. I mean, in some AUs I can understand, but just sometimes I don't understand why they're the bad guys. I don't understand why. I mean, they're really sweet, okay? They're not bad. Anyways, that's all I have to say. My hero fans, please don't attack me, and farewell.
このジョルノ・ジョバーナには夢がある。